Let's get to 2014. Okay, you guys are on a 9-game winning streak. You're in and you're playing it, getting ready for this game in the NLDS.
Washington Nationals.
Now, what's your mindset going into this? Like, are you guys thinking you're going to the ship, or are you guys pissed off from the year before when you didn't get there because they went to it and you guys went to it in 12? What was your approach going into this series?
In 2014?
Yeah.
So let's rewind 2014. So basically 2012 we won the division. Like we took off with it, right?
Yeah.
That's a different animal.
Barely here.
2014 we have Bumgarner, I think Bumgarner versus Kershaw or something in LA. They're looking to win the division, and crazy clutch game. Like we didn't score anything for Bum. He gave up like 1, maybe 2 runs, maybe even hit a solo homer and lost like 2-1. And like LA's going nuts on us. Like they're like flicking us off on our bus. Like we can't barely get out of there. And so we lose the division in LA with our guy on the mound. And we're just like, everyone's down. And I knew we were going to eventually get to the wild card game, right? So I'm talking with Vogie. He's like, man, we just fucking don't have what we had. It's similar to you. Like, he's like, we don't have what we had in 2012. I was like, no. Like when we came into spring training, we were like one fucking step closer to the World Series. Like all that matters, like our only goal is to be a World Series champion. And guess what? When we make the wild card, we're still on the path. And now we get to celebrate more. There's another game. Like it does not matter who won the division. It matters what we do in the playoffs. It was kind of like my mindset. And he's like, yeah, but we aren't that team. And I was like, we have to make sure that when we win this wild card, even though we just took this gut punch, that we realize that it doesn't matter how you get A to B, we're going to B, and we have to fucking celebrate this and realize that being in the playoffs is not guaranteed, and it's a fucking accomplishment. So and that's when the whole Hunter motherfucking Pence, because like they brought in live cameras while I'm saying this to the team, and I'm dropping like all my F-bombs because I just get in the F-bomb zone. And I'm like, and basically I'm like, when we finally sealed our deal, we were going to Pittsburgh. I'm sorry, this isn't the Nationals, but we're going to Pittsburgh, and I'm like, hey, they're pitching their ace. They pitched Cole to try, because they could have won the division on the last day. And I'm looking for any mental edge. I'm like, look, they're going to be pissed that they have to play the wild card game. They've lost a couple of them. We're having to play on the road no matter what, so we're going to face Volquez, not Cole. The Cardinals end up winning. The Pirates win. So they end up falling to the wild card. I'm like, they're going to be pissed about this. We got to go in there like, hell fucking yeah. Like we got Bum ready. We got our ace ready. And like, we're going to fucking burn this city to the ground. So we were all prepped and ready for that game.
It'd be great if you actually just burned the city to the ground.
I mean, it's a metaphor for
no, I know.
Like literally
I understand sports.
Putting your heart on
I've
the
burned
field.
a couple cities down.
Yeah, you played with that same energy. So,
Yeah.
and I remember Jake Peavy, like he was like afraid of all the fucking the turbulence. You get a lot of turbulence in the summer, and
Sure.
the fucking plane's doing all this, and we're landed into Pittsburgh, and Peavy gets up and he screams, "The only fucking thing I'm worried about is if this plane lands Pittsburgh is fucked." God damn it, get this plane on the ground. I'll never forget that. And we were all like, hell yeah.
Oh yeah.
Jesus.
You just got to look at the flight attendant. As long as they're not freaking out.
I mean,
that's my trick.
Oh, that's what.
But if you see,
that's where you get your faith is through the flight attendants.
Absolutely. If you see them doing like one of these, I'm like, fuck this shit. We're going down. But as long as they're looking cool, I'm good.
Dude, we had a teammate once, and a story just broke about it. We signed this kid. He was like a guard.
Yeah.
In the middle of the season, we were banged up, and they bring a group of the guys in, like the leaders, to talk. Like, all right, guys, this guy's got like an insane case of ADD. We got to be on him because we need him this game. He needs to perform. Like it was a division round. And like, just to be sure, guys, like this he's a little weird, so he goes out and we have him, he practices, he's all right. I'm like, all right, we'll see what's up. We get in the plane and like, he takes like crazy medication for this ADD stuff or whatever. And we get up and he has like a reaction or something. And like, he's trying to get out of the plane. First week on the team, trying to get out of the plane, our trainers go and get Will Fork, or I think it was Will Fork or someone like, yo, we need you to hold this guy down. They had to like put this guy in a straitjacket. We flew back, dropped him off. It was fucking
while you're in the air.
While we're in the air, and then one of our other teammates, Patrick Chung, He doesn't even fucking like flying. He flew back once we flew there. He wouldn't fly back with our team plane. He flew back commercial because he thought there was like a hex or something on the plane. And so it was a shit storm.
He's doing this shit on Adderall. He's still taking.
I don't know what it was. He was on some medication, but the motherfucker, like they were holding him down, belting him in and shit. He's like turning red, and he's like a 310-pound
on a flight.
On the flight,
That's crazy.
He was trying to get out of the plane. We had to like tranquilize this motherfucker. it was crazy. I don't know.
I used to take Adderall before fights with my ex because I know she would kill me if I didn't take it. But if I popped an Adderall, I'm like I could be like Bradley Cooper in Limitless, and I could hold my own. You find angles. Do you know what I mean?
I know.
Is that what Adderall is? It's the Limitless.
You focus like a motherfucker.
We couldn't take Adderall.
The NFL can't.
You have to go through like a TUE and shit.
You're not allowed to take Adderall?
You have to. No, it's really tough. Like guys take it, but it's tough to get the prescription. You got to go through the NFL doctors.
But you said you had ADD.
Yeah, but I had too much ADD to even go through the fucking procedures to even do that shit. Like I was like,
I couldn't even make it through the procedure.
Yeah.
No, there's a lot of baseball players that get the TUE or whatever. I never had one. I looked like it because I drank so much coffee, but I was twitchy.
How many coffees a day?
A lot, man.
Like 6?
Like easily.
Wow.
Easily.
Just coffee, or we?
I'll do a pot
drinks?
before I go to the coffee shop.
Damn.
You know, at
Like
home.
a soda.
Like a pot of coffee
pot
at
of
home. Like I'll do like a 10-cup pot of coffee. Like 10.
The whole thing.
Jesus.
I'll drink the whole thing
Mr.
and then go to
Coffee?
the coffee shop, get 2 espressos. Like I'm like numb to that. I feel.
Do you? But doesn't that make you have to piss during the game?
I mean, yeah, I piss in between every inning because I'm also hydrating at the same time.
Yeah.
There's a bathroom in the dugout. You know.
Yeah. That makes sense.
I didn't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't think? I guess other sports you don't have that. Like football, you don't have that. You have to like leave the field.
Oh
right?
damn! You can't go to the bathroom the whole game.
I used to piss on the sideline.
Really?
We actually had a teammate shit on the sideline.
I mean, we got to do what you got to do to play, right?
Dude. Yes, you do. It was like you get these 2 little like intern trainers that like come out and put towels around you. You see a fucking New York Jets fan like motherfucking you laughing like, "I was taking a piss." You're like pissing and shit. Yeah. Your ass is hanging out because your pants are so hard to put on and shit. You barely can get your dong out because like it's too tight. And you're like, oh shit.
That's amazing.
That does suck. That does not sound like fun.
It sucks.
How much do you hear fans while you're playing?
I don't hear them as much in the game, like on the sideline when we're like in between drives. Here and there, it depends on the game. You know, like if we're playing like a scrub team, you'll hear things because you're already blowing them out. You know what I mean? But like when you're in the moment, when you're on the sideline, it's like it's procedural. You have to go through I go through my plays of the previous drive. I want to sit and talk with Brady and what he's thinking for the next drive. Then you go meet over with the quarterback coach McDaniels and the receiver coach. It's all like, what are we doing? How do we get better next drive? Can't think about that shit. You know,
what's some of the like coolest stuff that's ever been like accomplished in that part, or like for instance, like because like I love like watching sports for inspiration and just seeing, you know, you're inspired by the moment. And I remember this is a weird one, but I'm a Tyrann Mathieu fan. Yeah. And like when Kansas City was losing in their Super Bowl win, they were like down, I think 21 or something, like quite a bit. And there was something that happened and Mathieu just like lost his mind. And I was like, oh, damn, this is fucking awesome.
Yeah.
And they obviously, like, from that moment on, the defense just locked it down and they came back and won. Who did they beat? Niners. Yeah. But like, do you think that had as big an impact as I thought it did? Did you see that game? Did you watch that?
Which game was it?
The Super Bowl with the Niners and the Chiefs.
Niners, Chiefs,
Tyrone.
I think that's just players making plays in big time situations. Yeah. That's subconsciously in his head from his preparation. That's what I believe.
Yeah.
You know, everything that he studied in the game.
Something went wrong and he was just like, hey, clean it
the information he studied all week. The more you study and the better you practice, then it's subconsciously in your head, I feel.
Yeah.
So then maybe it just clicked in after something that they talked about, or they got a tendency breaker on something, or he knows the snap count when the guard does something like this. Like there's little shit like that he probably could have got a hold of that game.
Yeah, because it switched right after that. So, but has there ever been like something?
Yeah.
So there's been. I would like to hear some of those stories.
Yeah, the Super Bowl in 14. crazy. Same year. Against Seattle, we put in this play on the game winning, like on the last touchdown that I scored. It was the X return. All week we were preparing for like a different coverage in the red area, cover 7, cover 4. It's like a zone type of thing. And they were playing a lot more man, post safety man, where they do one cheat. They'd have the safety go over to Gronk. They'd leave me backside 1-on-1. And so we put in on the sideline, let's do X return. We'll do a spin on the front side, and you'll be the first read. And we ended up scoring on it. So, that's the kind of shit that happens. That's the collaborative effort of what people see each and every drive. Like, that's what happens on the sideline.
So you prepared for one thing, and then you kept it fluid and dynamic to the moment. Which is like something that a lot of times in baseball, they miss out on being dynamic. They'll give you like a game plan as a pitcher, and it's like this batter, is cold here, come here. But then like a hitter could be like for instance, I don't know if y'all watched the game last night where Giancarlo just hit that cutter away.
Yeah.
Like 100% he was sitting cutter the whole at bat.
Yeah.
And like if Hedges could have maybe seen that, like, just like his takes kind of showed it. And he threw, I mean, Francona said he left it up, but it was painted away. It was like middle of the plate, not down. But yeah, there's no way you're hitting that unless you're completely looking for it. And that's what gets lost if you're not staying dynamic. Anyway.
Yeah.
So it's cool that it's similar in football.